Hey, good morning and welcome back out here live to Oktoberfest 2021. It's great. It's not happening yet because, well, I guess last night, later on today, but there's a lot going on. We're going to talk about all morning long. And we're actually standing in front of one of the food stands. We'll be talking to them a little bit later, but there's also vendors. And the big thing as well when you think of this is the beer, right? So you might be asking, what is the price? So after you get all of your steins, whatever size you happen to go with, if you do happen to get that, if you want to, they all do cost a little bit. Now, it is a lot of beer, so I wanted you to keep that in mind. But we do have a graphic for you here. A liter refill here is $15. And if you want a 16 ounce, that's $8. It also can come in a can, if that's what you're going for. But maybe, I mean, you have a little bit of a note coming up in a little bit. Maybe you don't drink beer. Maybe that's not your thing.
Yeah, maybe beer.
There's other things for you as well.
Isn't for you.
Mixed drinks, wine as well. That's between $8 and $13. But getting back to the food here, that ranges. It goes from maybe $4 up to $15, whatever the vendor happens to be selling it for. So do bring some money out with you. But like we were talking about a little bit earlier with the festival director, cash on beer and food, that's not being accepted.
Right,
so make sure you do bring a card for that.
Make sure you have your card. And like we mentioned earlier, there are reverse ATMs. If you don't have a card, you just put in some cash and out pops a credit card.
And you can use that all around, yeah.
And so, maybe you aren't into the whole, drinking scene and you are focusing more on the food,
That's not a bad thing either.
Festival goers come here specifically sometimes just for the food.
Absolutely.
It is that good. And what kind of food? Well, of course, it's going to be German food. I'm talking bratwurst, schnitzel, and strudel, and that's not all. There is so much. So if you're on the hunt for a real German treat, look no further than Ludger's Bavarian Cakery's German cheesecake.
Oh, it's
yes.
delicious.
Founder Ludger Schultz says it is not made anywhere else in Tulsa.
Then I started cheesecake at the Oktoberfest, and here we are 40 years later making cheesecake, and that's the mainstay here.
Actually, Luger tells me that's what put his business on the map. Different than New York cheesecake, Luger's staple. It's a cheesecake center, and it's sandwiched by two very fluffy, light pieces of cake.
Very fluffy.
Yes. In fact, he says that they sold over 10,000 slices at his first Oktoberfest. That's a number that's probably increased throughout the years, as you can imagine. So if you do want to try the cheesecake and authentic cuisine for yourself, you got to be sure to stop by Luger's here at Oktoberfest.
Yeah, we have to try out all the different flavors.
He doesn't just have cheesecake, he's got
Well, we actually
sausage.
have a list over here.
I'm looking over at his
apple strudel, sandwiches, pretzels.
Yeah, turkey legs,
lot going on.
schnitzel. And if you're not making it out to Oktoberfest, you can even go visit him over off 91st in Sheridan. That's where you'll find Luger's Bavarian Cakery.
It smells great out here. That cakery smells absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, coming up, we're playing some more games.
I'm
Justin.
gonna win again.
Unfortunately, Justin, it's 0 for you, 1 for me. But this next one, we're going to be a team, so the competition isn't going to be as stiff there.
I don't have to compete.
Yeah. But before we get to that, we got to talk about the weather. Annie, take it away.